Good evening, Tallahassee, and welcome to FSU Weather Wednesday edition. We have an action-packed show for you tonight with severe weather coverage going on throughout the show, but we're going to get to that here in just a few minutes. A live look at Doak, 76 degrees and partly cloudy. We have some spicy weather going on here. 13-mile-an-hour winds, so we are having a pretty nice evening outside, but that is going to change here in a few hours once that cold front makes its way here to Tallahassee. Our current temperature is 75 in Tallahassee, 74 in Crawfordville, seeing 70s across much of the area with only two areas hitting the 80s, 81 in Valdosta and 80 in Madison. So we are staying pretty warm. As for our radar, clear right now, but again, that is going to change. We do have a cold front coming. We will start seeing some spicy weather coming in, and it's going to ramp up our severe weather coverage. For tonight's headlines, rain chances returning for the rest of next week, severe weather outbreak likely for Mississippi Valley, and rainy next week. All this and more starting on FSU Weather right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jessica Howell.
And I'm student meteorologist Alejandra Garcia.
And this is FSU Weather. So today we had some pretty nice weather out.
Yeah, it was really nice. I honestly really enjoyed walking to class today. It was so breezy. It actually wasn't that hot. It was a little bit cool this morning, but it definitely warmed up towards the evening. What did you do today?
I honestly didn't do a whole lot outside much, but that's good to hear that we had some good weather today, but that will be changing later on as we get this cold front coming through, right?
Yeah, we're going to be expecting some severe weather that we're going to talk about more in the show, but why don't we pass stuff over to Elizabeth, who's going to talk more about our local weather.
Thank you, guys. So right now we are seeing this beautiful sunset over Doak Campbell Stadium. It is currently 76 and it is partly cloudy, and winds are coming out of the south-southeast at 13 miles per hour, so it is a little breezy right now. Currently, there's not much happening on our radar. We just have a few little pop-up showers just a little north of us, but we are going to see that change as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. So our high today was 81 with a low of 57, which is not too far off from our average, which is 80 and 54. But actually this day last year we saw a record high temperature of 92, and we actually hit 30 in 1918, which I don't want that now, absolutely not. So currently we are seeing 75 here in Tallahassee. As we get a little bit closer to the coast, we are seeing some are seeing some of those cooler temperatures, 74 in Crawfordville, and it is 76 down in Apalachicola, and in southern Georgia, we are seeing it is 77 in Donaldsonville, and it is 75 in Thomasville. Currently, it is pretty muggy outside with all of our dew points sitting in the mid to upper 60s, but it is a little drier up in southern Georgia. As far as our future radar goes, here we see that front that is going to be moving through, and we're starting to see some of those showers that are going to pop up not until tomorrow, though. And so for tonight, it is going to be 64 here in Tallahassee, and it is going to be 67 in St. Mark's, and it is going to be a little cooler tomorrow. It is going to be 76 here, and it is going to be 77 in Monticello and 76 in Quincy. We are going to be seeing our low of 61 today in Tallahassee with mostly cloudy skies, and it's going to be 79 tomorrow. So I'm going to pass it off to Caitlin to talk more about the state.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Yeah, so we have some pretty clear conditions right now. Tallahassee looking dry, but so is all of the rest of Florida, and that is going to change as we go in. That severe weather that you can see in the north map will be moving down to our area within the next couple of days. Just looking closer at Tallahassee, there's those dry conditions, but we have seen that cloud cover kind of throughout the day. We are looking pretty sunny right now, but like I said, that will change as we go into the next couple of days. Looking at the res, we've got that beautiful cloud cover, like I said. The lake's looking great. It's 75. It's sunny and 75. We do have a little bit of a breeze. That cold front is moving through, bringing those breezes, so about 14 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. And we're going to look at the radar again. Like I said, there's not much going on. There is that cloud cover we have been experiencing, and those conditions will change. Looking into Daytona Beach, the same thing, kind of the same story, not much going on radar. But just a shout out, my brother does live in Orlando. Hey, Lawson. And then Gainesville, like I said, the cloud cover is kind of covering all of Florida right now. It is 81 in Gainesville, a little bit warmer than it is here now. And winds are calmer because the cold front is not as close to them as it is to us. Looking at Miami, we do have a little bit of some rain showers around Key West, but other than that, it's still dry in that area as well. Miami's live look, we do have clouds there as well. Like I've said, clouds all over Florida. It is 81, so just kind of like Gainesville, and then it is a little breezy at 15 miles per hour as well. Current Florida temperatures, it is the Sunshine State, and we've had the sunshine, and it is warm with our temperatures sitting in the 80, like lower 80s, Tallahassee around 75. And then we can look at our dew points as well. This is Florida. We do have muggy conditions, so our dew points are high, sitting around 64 in Orlando, 62 in Tallahassee, even up to down up to 71 in Key West. So those muggy conditions that are common for our Florida. And then looking at tonight, we will have temperatures right around upper 60s, lower 70s. So not really going to cool off that much, but the cold front is going to move through. That will cool us off, and so that will be nice when that does happen. And then for tomorrow's forecast, you can see those little rain showers throughout the area. We have upper 80s and then 70s, and that cold front will move through. And that's all I have. I'm going to pass things off to Jessica.
Thanks. And we're going to go ahead and zoom out a bit and take a look at our southeast right now. So as mentioned, we have some clouds up in the southeast. Atlanta, Georgia right now is a pretty cloudy sky. Gainesville also pretty cloudy, mostly cloudy just across the southeast in general. With our current temperatures though in the southeast, we have some 80s in Florida, 80s in 80s, lower 80s, upper 70s throughout a lot of the southeast right now. We have some rain coming in up in Little Rock though, and Jackson, New Orleans, as this cold front starts to come through. With our dew points, again, it is muggy. We have a lot of moisture in the air, so with this cold front coming through, a lot of rain brings a lot of moisture in the air. So we have higher dew points than usual, bringing muggy conditions. With our radar, we see this line starting to come through as we have this cold front, and we have multiple severe weather warnings going on, severe weather warnings and watches. So we have some tornado watches up there, couple tornado warnings. If you're in any of those little red dots like that right there, be careful, be aware of your weather going on right now. But in general, we have this cold front coming through that is going to continue moving eastward through the southeast as we move through the night. For now, though, looking at Georgia, not much going on the radar right now. A little bit of rain, but we're not seeing much right now until this cold front starts to come through. And with our future radar, we can see it starts to move through, not quite as severe as what we're seeing right now over further west by Mississippi, but we will be seeing some rain starting to come through, even down to Tallahassee. So we'll be seeing some rain here tomorrow as well. With our rainfall forecast, we see we have a lot of rain out here by New Orleans, Mississippi, even a little bit of Alabama. Not quite as much as we get more over into Georgia, but we're starting to see a little bit more than with Florida as we move tomorrow, and the rain starts to come through that area as well. Tonight, though, we have 60s in general, a little bit of 70s out by New Orleans, but we'll be seeing some upper 60s up here in the southeast as things start to cool down a little bit, but not quite as much until this cold front starts to come through. But for tomorrow, we have 70s through much of the southeast, even reaching 80s down here in Florida. And we see some rain out here in Orlando as this cold front finally starts to reach this part of the area. And that'll bring some rain down to parts of Florida, but finally the weather will start to clear up over here where we're seeing some severe weather today. But tomorrow we're going to be seeing some rain in the Tallahassee area. For now, though, I'm going to pass things off to Melissa and Oceana on the severe weather desk.
Thanks, Jessica. We do have an ongoing event out in the southeast right now. We are seeing chances for severe weather, including tornadoes, hail, and strong winds, and we're seeing those all go on right now.
Yes, if you are in the Midwest area, I would definitely watch out, especially that Memphis area. We will get into that more, but Memphis, you are in for some severe weather.
Absolutely, and we do have several warnings out right now, including in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas, including Wynn County, Arkansas and Desha County, Yazoo County, Caldwell, Lyon, Trigg, and even more. So severe weather threat today, upper and lower Mississippi valleys are under a moderate risk.
Yes, and all hazards are possible, including several tornadoes, large hail, and definitely watch out for that damaging winds that will definitely occur with this storm.
Absolutely. So if you have family in that region, you definitely want to give them a heads up, make sure that they're taking shelter and they know what to look out for. But our severe weather risk today, it is a level 4 out of 5 risk. So this is not something to play around with. This is a very serious risk going on at the moment, and surrounding areas are seeing lower risk levels, but that still does not do away with the chance for severe weather.
Yes, even if you are within 25 miles out of these severe weather areas, you are still at risk for that moderate to severe weather.
That's right. SPC today, the Storm Prediction Center for the tornado outlook is showing chance for 10% probability or higher of having EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within a 25-mile radius of that hatched area that you're seeing on screen.
Yes, so if you are within that area, I would definitely recommend having a plan. If a tornado does strike, those EF2s to EF5s are not to play around with.
Absolutely, and we're seeing the same thing for winds, and that goes for 75 miles per hour winds or stronger. And I know we've already had reports of wind damage today, which is definitely a significant issue.
Yes, we have seen pea-sized hail, flooding, and wind damage all reported in this area already, so definitely keep watch for the rest of
Absolutely, and again, that hail outlook is also in that significant severe category, and that includes hail of over 2 inches in diameter. Like that can bash your windshield.
I'm scared of that. So
Yeah.
definitely watch out for that.
Absolutely. If you see some hail falling, you probably don't want to drive. I don't think you're going to have a very nice car after that.
An
Probably
umbrella,
gonna have-
an umbrella will not do you enough for that hail.
Absolutely. So you're going to want to get inside, take shelter. Make sure you're staying tuned in to your National Weather Service office or into your local news station to make sure you're prepared.
Yes, I would definitely stay inside at this moment, and if you are getting those wind damage, those warnings about tornadoes, anything like that, get into a small part of your home with no windows if possible. I definitely recommend, if you have a storm cellar, I would definitely use that.
Yeah, so definitely keep an eye on this situation as it unfolds. This is going to go into tonight, and if we start seeing tornadoes in nighttime, it's going to be hard to see them. It's going to be hard to look out for them, so make sure you're being aware. But for now, we're going to keep moving along. We'll bring you more weather coverage here in a few minutes, but we're going to pass things off and talk about Memphis and the severe weather coverage going on there.
Thank you so much, Melissa and Oceana. Yes, we do have some severe weather in Memphis right now. And as we look, we can see in the camera that we have pretty skies, and this was at the beginning of the day, and that the conditions has changed while as we've been doing this. Our current temperatures in the area, they are sitting in the 70s, that warm temperatures for those thunderstorms. They do not like the cold temperatures, so we are in the 70s. And our dew points are also really high up there, sitting at 63 in Memphis and 62 in Collierville. Those high dew points do fuel the storm, so that is what's making those stronger storms as we have those high dew points and high humidity. Looking at our radar, we can see those strong cells move through Memphis right now in that straight line. That is that cold front. We can see all of the red, which is that really heavy rain that's moving through. And as we look into a closer outer radar, and it's our future radar as well, we will see those conditions push out of Thursday into Thursday night. And so really into tomorrow, we will see clear conditions. So be more prepared for tonight as we get those heavier rain. And that's all I have. I'm going to pass things off to Melissa.
Thanks, Caitlin. So we're going to take a look at the rest of the severe weather going on across the country. Take a closer look at what's going on. We do have multiple tornado warnings out at the moment. So we're going to zoom in. Looking at Memphis that we just talked about, actually pretty clear right now, but again, that can change very quickly. The situation is ongoing. At any moment, a tornado can pop up, so you are going to want to be prepared. But right now, over in Clarksdale, we are seeing a tornado warning of possible rotation over to the west over there. Not really seeing a whole lot, but there is a warning out, so the National Weather Service is seeing something that they are worried about at this moment. And again, if you're in Clarksdale, you're going to want to take shelter now, because just because we can't see it on radar right now does not mean that it isn't on the ground and is not a potentially dangerous situation. Just north of Jackson, we also have a tornado warning over in Bentonia, just south of Yazoo City, which is where that warning that we talked about on the desk was earlier. Again, you see some rotation going on over towards Sataria. Got some complicated city names going on here. Going into Bentonia. So again, if you're in that area, take shelter. Just be aware of what's going on. So as we zoom out, again, even if we're not seeing tornado warnings, we are seeing some strong showers and a lot of strong winds as well. We have had reports of pea-sized hail and multiple tornado warnings. Many of these just popped up here recently. So again, these things can change in an instant. You're going to need to stay up to date. Make sure you have your National Weather Service radio on. Moving slightly more to the west, we also have 2 tornado warnings just east of Winfield. Again, that is a potentially dangerous situation, so make sure you get inside. If you are over in any of the cities towards the west, northwest of Winfield, you're going to want to take shelter immediately. Find a place indoors as far into your house as possible, away from windows, and just be prepared for that as well. Again, there's that strong rainfall, so there is that chance that that rain is going to be masking that tornado, and you won't be able to see it. You're going to need to make sure you are being very vigilant during this time. And along with that rain also comes floodwaters, so again, just be careful. Just south of Madisonville, we are seeing a tornado warning as well. So if you're traveling along I-24, you're going to want to get off that road as soon as possible because you don't need to be stuck in that storm. We have some rotation going on right there, just south of Madisonville, pretty much right in between Madisonville and Hopkinsville. So again, if you're on I-24, you need to get off that road immediately. You do not want to be stuck on that road as you're making your way through that tornado warning. But that's all we can cover for right now. Just make sure you're staying up to date, and we're going to pass things off to Jessica and take a look at the rest of our nation right now.
Thanks, Melissa. We're going to go ahead and zoom out and take a look at our national. So we have much cooler conditions up in the northeast than we're seeing down here in the southeast, which I personally do not mind. But right now we have some snow up in Bismarck, reaching even 95 down in Antonio, so quite a range of temperatures across the country. Right now with our dew points, it is dry out in the southwest. Dry, dry, dry. Meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum in our southeast, it is very muggy, it is moist, it is a lot of moisture in the air going on right now, and that is because we have our cold front starting to come through and move in through the east. And with our wind speeds and directions, we have quite a bit of winds out here in the Midwest, and you can see where this cold front is starting to move through because we see these wind directions start to change right up around the line of Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, all of that. You can see these wind directions start to change where this cold front is starting to move through. With our national radar, again, with our cold front right here, with this line of storms that is bringing severe weather through a lot of the southeast, as Melissa was mentioning earlier. We have some severe weather warnings going on, so be aware of your weather right now if you are in this area with this cold front coming through. And with our water vapor, we see a lot of moisture in the air with this severe weather moving through this area. So there's a lot of rain going to be coming in this area. If you're in a flood-prone area, be careful, be aware of your weather going on. With our watches and warnings, we have some fire weather warnings out here in the southwest. Again, very dry out there right now. In the northwest, we have some winter weather warnings going on, and over here in the southeast, we have severe weather warnings. These yellow areas are tornado watches. Orange areas are severe thunderstorm warnings, and with some of these smaller red areas, those are tornado warnings. So if you happen to be in one of these smaller red areas, be aware of your weather, have safety plans, get to a safe area because there is reason to believe that there is a tornado in that area. Moving up to our north, a little bit of rotation over here because we have a low pressure system bringing some moisture and some rain into the area. Not quite as bad as what we are seeing in the southeast, but some rain up there. Meanwhile, on the other hand, over here up in the Midwest, around Nebraska, South Dakota, in that area, we have dry weather going on over here because we have a high pressure system sitting over this area, keeping all of this moisture out of this area, pushing it over here more around Wisconsin and Illinois area. So if you are in this area, you've got some nice weather going on right now. Bit colder than it is down here, but not much rain. Ohio, we have some rain starting to come through. So have an umbrella if you are going out anywhere this evening. But right now, southeast, we see this line of storms coming through. This is our cold front bringing severe weather in. So if you are in any of these yellow or red areas, have your safety plans ready because these are tornado watches and even some warnings with this severe weather coming through. As we move over to Texas, though, not a whole lot going on with any sort of severe weather that has moved past you out further east. So in Texas, we have some nicer weather going on. With our temperatures, though, you can see the boundary of this cold front as that temperature shift happens with this cold weather. We'll be seeing some severe weather down in New Orleans and Atlanta as this cold front starts to push through and the line of severe weather moves through. Over the west, though, things are going to be cold overnight, so make sure you've got a blanket for your evening in the northwest. Tomorrow, though, we'll start seeing some severe weather in Tallahassee and even rain down here in Miami, so have an umbrella for tomorrow if you need to go anywhere. If you're going to work, be careful on your morning drive, but at least it'll be warmer down here, much warmer than it is up here in the northwest, as always. So if you are up in this area, make sure you've got a jacket. Not so much down in the southeast, though. But for now, we're going to go ahead and pass things off to Ale with our lifestyle.
Thank you so much, Jessica. So we're going to be looking at our current area cameras. So right now in Sportsplex, Panama City, St. George, and Lake Bradford, it is actually a beautiful day. So if you guys have been outside, it has been very nice, very breezy, very sunny. We're experiencing that April weather. It's a little bit cloudy down in St. George Island, but that's just due to the moisture from the Gulf. So that live look at Doak, that beautiful sun shining in the sky, a little bit of cloud cover, but not really anything to note. It is currently kind of windy. South-southeast, 13 miles per hour, and at a nice 76. So go outside and enjoy that evening, everybody. Airport delays, because of that sunny weather we've been experiencing today, it is cloudy, but we don't have any delays to note. So it is a nice day to fly if you guys are planning on doing that. Our dog walk forecast, early in the morning, we're going to be seeing some temperatures in the 60s still, but it's going to be warming up around 74, but we're going to be seeing some early morning showers, most likely because of that heating that we're going to be experiencing in the morning. We're going to have some moisture coming in from the Gulf, and that severe weather that we've seen out west will be moving more into the Florida Panhandle. So expect some showers tomorrow morning. The stargazing forecast, it is a waxing gibbous, so that means we are kind of close to our full moon. Maybe expect that later this month, but because of that brightening moon, it is going to be about a fair condition. So if you guys are going outside to view the stars tonight, maybe it's not the best night, but it's still going to be a beautiful night, so go outside and enjoy that weather. FSU baseball versus Louisville. Guys, I hate to break it to you, but you might be expecting some delays. It is going to be rainy. It is going to be a little bit muggy at 79. So you guys might have some delays for that game if you are looking forward to it. I'm so sorry, but hopefully that rain might push through, but just expect some of that rain. And our school week planner, Thursday, we're going to see some of that rain, and we're going to continue, we're going to continue seeing some of that cloud cover going into the weekend, so that rain isn't going to be leaving us just yet. But maybe Friday and Saturday, we're going to be experiencing some warmer temperatures in the 80s. But why don't we pass some stuff off to Oceana, who's going to talk to us more about our local weather.
Yes, thank you, Ale. We are going to start off with a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium. Now, first of all, I would definitely watch out on Thursday if you are looking at that going to class tomorrow. It is going to be very rainy and not the best day for class. Next up, we are going to be looking at Doak Campbell Stadium. So, starting off with this beautiful sunset and partly cloudy skies, counted for that wonderful day we had today. I hope you enjoyed it, because unfortunately the next few days it's not going to be as beautiful. 76 degrees, slight wind. Again, today we saw very few rain clouds today, very clear skies right now, but that will change. Next, we are going to be looking at our current temperatures. It is sunny and 74 in Tallahassee right now. That is excellent weather. Hold on to that. In Quincy, we have 74 as well. Donaldsonville, 76. Apalachicola down by the coast, 70 degrees. For our dew points, this is going to account for that slightly muggy weather we felt today. 63 degrees. This is relatively close to our current temperature, which is accounting for that tropical muggy weather. Up in Donaldsonville, it is a little bit lower, so they had drier weather than us in Tallahassee today. For our future radar, a little bit of clouds, but tomorrow is when we are going to start seeing that rain come from our west, so definitely watch out for that tomorrow. For our tonight's forecast, 64 degrees, not too cold, not too much of a change from earlier. And tomorrow we will be seeing similar temperatures, but unfortunately not that sunny. It will be raining in Tallahassee tomorrow. Same in Bainbridge, Quincy, even on the coast. All across the board it's going to be around 70s, but it is going to be raining. Dog walk forecast, if you are planning on walking your dog, get out early because those PM thunderstorms will be coming in. Mostly cloudy tonight, 61 degrees, a slight wind. And tomorrow, we are going to be seeing 79 degrees, but again, those PM thunderstorms will be rolling in, so I highly recommend you prepare for that, especially after we've been having a few days of sunshine. Definitely going to get ready for a change. For our week ahead, Thursday and Friday, expect some rain. Friday, not so much, but Easter weekend, it is going to be more rainy. Let's pass it over to the desk with Elizabeth and Ale.
Yeah, that lovely weather today that we've been experiencing, but it's such a shame about that severe weather in like the Mississippi area. How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, of course. I feel so bad. This is like, what, the fourth week in a row that they are getting this weather. I remember hearing about it last week that there were 30 tornadoes in 7 states.
Oh my gosh, 30
Yeah,
tornadoes,
so
that's
they
insane.
absolutely need a break. So hopefully they can get that at some point.
Yeah, hopefully the SPC isn't going to tell us about any more severe weather, but you know, knowing weather, it might be just the same next week, it might be different. But hopefully we can continue seeing some nicer days, but I'm not really sure about that rain this weekend. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little upset about it, but you know, it is time for finals, so I'm going to be in my room. I'm going to be crunch time, you know. So I don't really mind it, but at least at the beginning of next week, it looks like we are going to get back to being sunny and having some okay temperatures.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be clearing up. But while you guys are doing that, follow us on Twitter or like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather.
And also, we are live on YouTube here, and also you can follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. If you want to send us your pictures for tomorrow, but make sure to take them safely because, you know, in the storm.
Yeah, of course. But this has been the Wednesday issue of FSU Weather. Have a great evening, Tallahassee.
Real quick, I just want to emphasize that your Easter weekend is going to be rainy, so definitely prepare for that. Next week, it will be a rainy week, but we can get to that next week on next week's episode of FSU Weather. I'm Oceana Hayden. Have a good evening, Tallahassee.